But you know, the fact of the matter is, when you get told on like that, and your freedom gets taken, you know, you kind of hold everybody at arm's length, because anybody's likely to tell on you.
Yeah.
If it's their family and their kids and them rather than you. I mean, the code goes so far, but I've just seen the code disappear real quick,
Right.
even in prison.
Went from that city to the spot, now we living. Still running name now, they gon' drop out the mention. They bitches and most of them not from the trenches. Come to my block, come and see how we living. We chillin' with Glocks and they all got extensions. Moved to the north, cause I seen they was winning. Go ask about it, got a spot, had it spinning. I went from ballin' to clutching and sinning. Was robbing, he don't give it up, then we...
Well, my name is Xochi. I've known Joe about, we're going like 30 years? 30, maybe plus years.
14, 24, 34, 30 plus years.
30 plus years. Currently, I am a outreach coordinator. I work with homeless kids and their families
Nice.
down in Sacramento.
That's cool.
You know, love it, love my job.
When did you first meet this guy?
Like I said, we're 13, 14. Met through a mutual friend. And it was just, from there, it was like just a solid friendship. We've always, you know, Joe's always had my back no matter what. But we kind of did different things, so we weren't always around each other. But, you know, my thing at that age was stealing cars. He was out there doing something else.
Oh, okay.
And so, but every time we came together, it was always just, it was solid. It was, you know, a good friendship. Joe's been there for me through a lot. Got me our first house. You know, we got our first house together. A death trap, but it was ours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And yeah.
Yeah, right next to my mom's house.
Mhm. A couple doors down.
Oh, so you were living by your mom?
Yeah, right where my mom died. Yeah, we got a place too. Mine was on a corner, my mom's house, and then I think there was one
like
or
three houses
two.
over, yeah.
Yeah, 3 houses. My dad actually found it. My dad was like, "You got to get the hell out."
Get the hell out, but he was at our house every day.
My dad just didn't want me in the house anymore. That's all.
Yeah.
He just got tired of shit that I was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was fed up. I think he was fed up a long time ago.
Yeah. But he made sure to come over every day though.
Oh yeah.
That's weird. I wonder if he liked to be around you.
If he, I don't know if he liked being around me or just like being around my friends, because they had weed. The first time they got them smoked out on weed, they called them these American cigarettes. I can't recall who was the first one. I think it was Sneaky was the first one to get them smoked out, if I'm not mistaken.
God.
And Sneaky was like, "I got your dad some smoked out. He thinks it was a cigarette, but that shit was weed."
And he liked it. No.
Oh yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess there was some smiles and laughters with them. Not
Yeah,
much, but
well, no. He was okay till he got too much of the, like, he would always blame me for Joe being a criminal. You make my son criminal. I didn't do it, Joe. Yes, you did. And we had another friend that would always tell him I was the head of the gang. He'd be like, "You did it. I didn't do it. I swear." But I remember Joe throwing him over his shoulder, carrying him home. "Come on, Dad, you gotta go home." Walking him home to the corner, and I'm like, "Oh my God." But it was, I mean, there was some good times, man. He used to make us laugh at least. But yeah.
So you had some interesting times with this guy?
Yeah. I was thinking about on the way here, our trip to we went to San Francisco and I biffed it.
oh yeah, then
We
we had,
did.
oh my god, then we had a flat tire.
Yes.
The fucking tire went out in my car. That the side she was fucking on, and oh my god, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I was thinking about that on the way here. I started
People in the
laughing.
car
I
were
was
like,
like,
"Bitch, you fucking flattened the tire."
I was like, forget you guys. Oh, but it was fun. We had fun. Yeah, we went through some things.
Yeah.
Some things, and then, you know, but just stayed solid. You know what I mean? We're friends, and we were always there for each other. 13 years, I did my best. When he went to prison, I did my best to stay in touch. You know, even though life was happening for me, kids and everything, but I tried.
Yeah. People dying.
You know, yeah.
Her life went on. Mine went on too, just in a different way.
Yeah. But we still try to keep in touch the whole time. We did keep in touch the whole time.
Yeah, I was telling him that the time when the cops came over and they brought out the assault rifle, and he was like, "This is an assault rifle." Had us all up against a wall. He was like, "Whose gun is this?" Nobody said anything.
We're like,
It was our house.
We're the only one that lived there. We're like, I don't know. We found out where. No, yeah, that was crazy.
It was just interesting. It was different times. That's
Yeah.
So no one caught a charge?
all. No. Mm-mm. No.
No. They were like, who are we gonna blame? They didn't find it like anywhere. So it was like, oh, I don't know where that came from. I was here already, you know.
Yeah, that was also
This year when we bought the house.
that was in '98 too, though, because that was a while before I committed my crime. I mean, there was a lot of stuff going on at that house before I did anything. So it was interesting, you know, just to reminisce on stuff like that happening when cops would come over, and when cops coming over it was just another day.
Yeah.
What happened? The cops came up.
Gang task force, you know, like getting out trying to sweat everybody. You're just like, oh, they'll be gone. So I'm just gonna ask something and they're gonna take off. Yeah. Cause my daughter was only 6 months when we lived there. So yeah, 98.
Yeah, she just turned 20.
26.
Yeah, so it was a
Yeah.
long time. I also went to the Pig Bowl yesterday, and I seen Jim Cooper.
Ooh.
And Jim Cooper and Ron Orrick were the last two people to investigate my crime.
Yeah.
You know, just seeing them walk by, it was interesting just because where I'm at now. But back then, it was much different. You know,
Yeah.
he wasn't the head sheriff. He was just making his way through the ranks, gang task force, and just went on. His life went on.
Yeah.
Did you talk to him or just see him walk?
No, I haven't talked to him.
Is Ronald even alive still?
No, I actually did a speaking, and he died a few months ago.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to sweat me. I know you know something. I don't know what you're talking about. he was on me though. Like I'm like, I just live here. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it was crazy times. But I don't know, fun, crazy.
Were you pretty good at stealing cars?
Yeah, I was. I mastered it after a while. After a while. But yeah, that was my thing. Stealing cars, and that's it. I go from one area to the next.
Yeah.
Drop it off over there, get another one over there, come back here and drive it for like a week. And be like, all right, think it's time to let it go because we're gonna get caught if I don't.
Yeah.
And but I really believe in karma. So a lot of things that have gone on with me, I'm like, that's for that time I did that. That's for the time I did that. Yeah, she came around. She paid me a few visits. So,
I feel it.
but yeah, that's done and over with. But I always say I don't regret it because I had fun doing it. If it wasn't for a lot of things that I went through, I wouldn't be who I am today. You know, I went through a lot too, my own personal stuff, and so, I'm kind of grateful for those times because it taught me a lot.
For sure. Well, how long has it been since you've seen this dude? A couple years?
No, it's been about 6 years, 7 years, somewhere around there. We talk. I try to, but
We talk social media.
Yeah.
Her mom reaches out to me from time to time. David reaches out to me from time to time.
yeah, the whole family.
Yeah, I mean we yeah. It's kind of hard because when I got out, I knew that I wanted more. You hear that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You hear a lot that you want more, and I was just very determined not to ever go back. I don't think there's anybody in my life that sees me and be like, oh, the fucking bitch, or like everybody that's in my life right now always says, keep it up. Like, Villain reaches out to me, Benito all the time.
Yeah.
His brother Tony. Like nobody ever.
There's no reason for it. I'm proud of him. Like I said, he's living proof that no matter what obstacles you face or been through, there's a way out. and he did it. He did it, and he showed everybody, and you can't do nothing but respect that. Man, I'm like super proud of him. I really am, and it's like, man, it's my friend, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. If she ever needed anything, I'd show up, but she doesn't really ask for anything. She's just like, I'm just doing my deal. I'm just doing what I gotta do.
Yeah, that's it.
I show up when I can. It's just it's way out there. Brings up a lot of memories. Even when I sometimes I'll go to a rave. That one time I stopped at my mom's house. It just brings up a lot of memories. That I got to work through still.
Yeah.
That I found out recently that I got to fucking still work through.
Yeah, of course.
But also too where I've come. I mean, it's beautiful out here.
Oh yes. I was just on the turn pulling up. I'm like, dang. From the hood to here, I said I should have stopped by his mom's. Drove by there, took a picture, and took a picture of this house and been like from this to this, like even our little house, we're right next door. Is like our windows didn't open. The window didn't open. We had plexiglass. We didn't have real glass on that window. It was plexiglass. But hey, it was ours.
Stole my dog. I had a little baby pit named Orko.
Yeah.
Fucking motherfucker stole it.
Somebody stole it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would let him out to the bathroom. The motherfucker stole it. I was hot. Fucked up. I went fucking door to door looking for it. Just, what am I gonna? Ever seen a dog?
Right.
They stole it.
There's so much we could talk about, dude. There's just a lot. But overall, like I said, he's overcome a lot, been through a lot, and man, just proud of him.
Crazy to see him out here.
Yeah. I said the other day I sent him a picture of the shirt he gave me when he started his first job at 24 Hour Fitness. He gave me his first work shirt. He was like, "This is my first shirt," and I said I'm gonna hold it, and I've had it since. So look what I found. It was in my drawer, and I was cleaning it out.
Yeah, because that was after I had that's vamp. After I had the cleaning service business. I got it. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go to college and just do what I said I was gonna do. But there was people in my life that didn't believe that I should go to college. I should be doing something different. But in life, you're always gonna have people that are gonna try to steer you the wrong way. Sometimes it's your family and friends too. It's fucked up, but sometimes your closest friends and family don't really know what's good for you or what's best for you, because they got their own ideas on what's good, and then you look at them and you're like, well, you ain't doing nothing that I want to be doing, so why am I gonna listen to you?
Yeah. Right.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
And then that just festers and breeds, and then before you know it, you're stuck, and then you got nobody to blame. So it's really easy just to blame others instead of just looking in the mirror and be like, it's my fault, or I got here because of me. It's not because of that person.
Yeah.
People can help you along the way, but ultimately you got to take accountability and responsibility for everything you've done. Like she said, it was fun because you've asked me before, and I told you I miss it sometimes. It's exciting. It's
a rush. So it was fun, and a lot of people ask me even about myself, like, you don't regret nothing you've done, and no, I don't. I don't regret it. I had fun doing it, and it was, I would have liked to have done things different, but when you don't have that same guidance as like we are, like with my kids, different, when you don't have that and you're just in the environment you're in, it's just kind of something, for me it was like, I probably didn't have to do all that stuff. It was more like a rush for me. Like, yeah, I'm gonna go do this, we're gonna go do that. And, but then, I went through a lot too, addiction and all that in the process, overcame all that stuff. So it's, it's been all right, but I look at it now like, hey, we overcome it we are where we are now, and I'm good,
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock somewhere in my McDonald's cup, so I don't get caught.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Right up.
Cool. Very good. You want to add anything else?
Add. And there's a lot that I can add.
You guys could talk about a crazy story you had together.
Well, I think the craziest was when he went in.
Yeah.
That was, for me, I think it was the craziest one. just yeah. I told him, I hate to tell you so. Ooh, I was so bad. I said, that girl ain't no good. Remember I told you, I don't like her. She's good. She's no good.
There was a.
Did you get caught up because a girl said something? Or what?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got caught up because somebody, well, a couple of people told. Initially, somebody called the cops and said that I did it, and then he called me and said, "Oh, you done fucked up," and I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Mm-hmm.
And then the cops came over that night. I remember banging on the door. They searched, they didn't find anything. They had to leave. Then eventually I had to go and report because I was on parole. I went to the parole office and she violated me. I left. And they brought her in because they had her name from coming over because it was me, Xochi, and she was there. And then eventually, they brought her in and started to threaten her. It happens every single time, and then before you know it, she just started talking. So then they got two people that are saying, okay, well, either it was him or him, but it was both of them because she said it was my friend that did it. So then they got him, put him in jail. Then they came back and said, we found out who it was. Found out it was your friend that did it. I'm sitting there thinking, what? Who told you this story?
Right.
I mean, everything aligned with the exception of they had the wrong shooter. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then before you know it, we were both in county jail. And then she finally said, oh, no, it was him. And I was like, oh, no. First she said this, then she said that. So, that's not a credible witness.
Right.
I wanted to go to trial. And then my co-defendant seen his daughter. And he was like, I don't want to go to trial. So then I just ended up taking a plea bargain for 12 years. And then he took a plea bargain for something he didn't even do, just because he didn't want to tell on me.
Yeah.
But initially, the person that told on me was
The chick.
Yeah.
Ooh, I know I didn't like her. I did. When I met her, I didn't like her. I told him something about her. She's all right. Okay. Yeah, she's all right.
Yeah, well, it was her, and then it was also him too.
Yeah.
So he was a.
Well, what's his name? No.
Yeah, he's a fellow gang member at the time, and I was shocked.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was
Oh,
like,
he
what?
caused a lot of grief after that too, with me, and there was some things that happened, but I wasn't gonna leave my house or move out because this guy he threatened me. I said, oh no, now it's personal. He's not even here. Why you threaten? What do you know what I mean? And it's someone we all knew.
Yeah.
But it was crazy. It was a crazy time. Like I said, I think by then I was slowing down. I had my daughter already, so I wasn't really into like nothing anymore. But I just felt like now you're threatening me. You're threatening my house. You're threatening my child. My child's in this house. And we've seen him a couple times, and he just took off running. Pew!
Yeah.
Like even another friend of ours, female friend, she's seen him too, and said he just took off like, cause he knew he was wrong, but we weren't worried about it anymore. It was like whatever, dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was crazy.
It was definitely a different time. That's all.
Yeah.
To think about some of the stuff that I used to do or be a part of, stuff that she has no idea about, but it's just different, Like I wouldn't think about doing anything like that now. But back then, as teenagers.
Back then we didn't have cameras everywhere. We didn't have a lot of stuff we don't have now. It's like it was so easy to get away with stuff then. Now it's like, yeah, I know. I don't even want to walk in front of nobody's yard. They're gonna have the Ring camera on.
Oh yeah, Ring camera on. Then they're gonna fucking really tell on you. You can't fucking say the wrong thing.
Right.
Someone just fucking offend somebody with your mouth and your words. It's like
Right.
that's it. People just a little scary nowadays. Can't even slap somebody and get away with things. They're gonna tell on you.
Right. You hear me? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just crazy.
It was different back then. You got into a fight. It is what it is. I got into a fight. It's fine.
Now they can't even do that. Take an ass whipping. Let me go shoot him now. He hit me. I'm gonna go shoot him. So it's definitely a different time. But it is what it is.
Now I'm trying to fucking impact lives. Because I've been out 14 years. So I did 12, and then prior to that, in and out of juvenile hall. So I'm almost there, right? 14 out here, 12 in there, and then so I'm almost halfway.
You know?
It's like I've done I got a few more years left to reach the same number of years that I was committing crime to where I'm at now. Not quite there yet.
No.
Close. I think you stayed in the house a few months, right?
I said
After?
almost a year, I think, after.
After?
About a year I stayed there. And then, yeah, because it got too crazy. Like I said, after he went in, it was just with the guy that this all was behind. He was just making too many threats and this. And then I got tired of having people literally on my roof waiting for this dude to come through with. Yeah, they were at the. I had a friend in this drop top. They all had their guns. Yeah, I had 2 dudes on my roof, literally. One was in his car laying down, like for days. And they were like, I had to take my daughter to my mom's house. I remember, and I'm like, yeah, we can't live like this. So I stayed there maybe close to a year after, and I moved out. But yeah, that's when I was like, yeah, I think it's just time to get away from it all. No more.
Yeah, for sure.
And so that was it. That was that. And then that's when all the changes came from myself, and then trying to just be there for Joe during that time. And I think I was so mad because they didn't even call me to like go talk, be a witness on his behalf or nothing. I was so mad. I remember going to court and they didn't even call me in there. And I was like, they didn't even call me in there. How are they gonna tell him? I was so mad. And no, I had to stop my mind. Maybe it was because he didn't believe me in the first place. So I was Ron. I don't believe nothing you're saying. I said, you can believe what you want to believe, but this is what happened. So I don't know. And that's probably why it's like, she's gonna go in there and just lie through her teeth. I'm not lying, you know. But yeah, so.
It was hard for you when he went in?
It was like, dang, it's just, it sucked. Like, who wants to see their friend go to prison? I didn't, it was just, for me, it was just like, man, I felt like they didn't even give him a chance for no one to speak on his behalf. Because he was working at that time, and that's when Trina was expecting.
Oh yeah, I didn't know though.
Yeah, he didn't know yet. His son, was on the way. Didn't know yet, but found out after. It was like, of course, he's trying to do something right, and then this happened. So it was tough.
I was a truck driver.
You know what I remember? When he came home one day, I think it was on lunch or something, he comes up, he's blasting the Barbie song. I'm a Barbie. And I was like, what are you listening to? He's always dancing in the truck. I'm like, this guy had no shame. He put up singing and everything. Oh, I'll never forget that time either. You're crazy.
Oh yeah.
It was so crazy. Fun, but crazy time. Yeah, crazy but fun.
Oh yeah.
So,
I was still a little different back then too.
Mm-hmm.
I've always been a little different.
True.
But yeah.
Sounds like some shit you would do.
Oh.
Yeah. It was full of surprises. What the hell are you doing, Joe? Oh, nothing. But yeah, it was like I said, it was fun, but
Also too, because we
Go
lived
Bucks.
together.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we bonded more. I was like, we should just move in together. Same thing like here. You know, like me and Carla are really close, and her and Scotty were moving down from Chucky, and she comes in the gym. She's spent. She's just like, I'm tired of looking for places, and I was like, we should just move in together. She's like, yeah. And then, you know what I mean? She's married, and Tina, and they had no clue, and me and her was like, yeah, we're gonna do it. And then it just happened.
You know?
You know what I
Joe
mean?
calls me up. He's like, you still want to get out of your mom's house? I'm all,
Yeah.
why? Because I was trying to get out, move out. 'Cause
Bam.
it was like too much. And,
Bam.
I'm
Come
like,
here.
yeah, let's go. What's up? He's like, got a place over here, got extra. I said, man, I'm there. And just moved in together.
Yeah.
So I always say, he's the one that got us our first house.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
our first, that's our glass. Our first house. So it was, yeah. So,
Rental, but still.
yeah. Hey, it was ours.
Yeah.
Our little house. Our little pink and green, pastel pink and green house
Straight up.
with plexiglass windows. But it was cool. It was home, so it was cool.
Yeah. I mean, you don't necessarily need, something like this, but it's nice to have. You know what I mean? It's extremely nice to have.
Heck yeah.
You can have something that we had, which is not a whole lot, but we had each other. You know, sometimes people live in places like this, and it's fucking
Lonely.
Yep. You don't really know what's going on inside somebody's house.
Yeah.
They could be getting abused. Kids could be getting molested. You know, it's just because you have something like this doesn't mean that, you know, it's great.
Right.
And then you have stuff in the ghetto where you're like, man, I feel sorry for these people, but they got a bunch of love and they care about each other.
Yeah. And that's, like I said, I work with homeless families and kids. It's just like to see, you know, a lot of it takes me back when I talk to parents and stuff that are battling addiction, prostitution, and you look at that like, damn, you know, and there's people that just can't come out of it or don't know how. But the kids are so grateful for what, I mean, we give them a backpack, you know, new kids come in and we give them backpacks. They're like, you know, they're excited about backpacks, a pair of shoes that aren't name brand, you know, just anything. So it's very humbling. And kind of like just a reminder that, hey, be grateful, you know, be grateful. Like I said, I've seen Joe work so hard for everything he has, from when he got out his first little car. What was it, little Malibu?
Oh, no.
Was it the Malibu? The first little car, yeah.
Oh, yeah, my Malibu.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you know, and then he jumped up to an ice car. What was it? What was the second car?
Second car was a Dodge,
Charger?
the blue one.
Yeah.
The Dodge Charger. And then I had a Dodge Challenger. Then I had an Infinity.
It was all baby steps. So
and
like to see him.
I had a Hellcat, Red Eye.
Oh God, my son's like, does he still got him? I'm telling him I'm licensed, insured. I want to drive it now. I'm like, I don't think he has that car anymore.
Yeah, I mean, and then I had the 1320. Then I wrapped that. Then I got my DUI. And then I went through my DUI. That was about the closest. I remember them putting the handcuffs on me.
Oof.
And I had a flashback. I was like, what in the fuck is going on? Like literally just like that. I was like, fuck, for a DUI?
I'll play no more.
And then I got a little sight and release, and that was a wrap. Fucking wrapped my car, and the rude awakening. We all make mistakes. I'm not perfect. I mean, but if that's the extent of my coming in contact with the law, I guess I'd rather have that than them coming in here, barging in here, talking about, you know, he shot somebody. I mean, they wouldn't even know how to handle that. At least you knew how to handle it. That's, that's, you know.
We were made for that, though.
we're bred for that.
Yeah.
But you know, the fact of the matter is, when you get told on like that, and your freedom gets taken, you know, you kind of hold everybody at arm's length, because anybody's likely to tell on you.
Okay.
If it's their family and their kids and them rather than you. I mean, the code goes so far, but I've just seen the code disappear real quick,
Right.
even in prison.
Yeah, if you're facing 25 to life.
It ain't even got to be 25 to life. I mean,
It's just keeping them out. Just for them to stay out. That's all it takes. You're gonna go do this time? Nope, I'm not. Let me tell you. So yeah, it's.
yeah, and also too, when I went to prison, I just started to find out a lot about a lot of people telling people that, you know, I knew personally, and I was like, wow, I can't believe that. Then you start questioning, like, wow, what the hell was I doing?
Right. Who was I really hanging around with?
Yeah, that's what I started to think.
Mm-hmm. How much would they say something about, like, why am I any different? Why wouldn't they say something? I mean, how much do they talk about me? How much do they say about me and put me out there, you know? And
I sure knew a lot of information, and I guess as teenagers, we're like, oh, that ain't us. It can't be us saying something. You know, you can't be getting followed around by a fucking helicopter and fucking gang task force like that if somebody wasn't saying nothing. But I couldn't imagine saying anything. I was like, yeah, they didn't know exactly where we hang out all the time.
Right. Who was there? How many people were there? You're like, oh wow, you must have been there. You know.
Also, too, with all the drugs and drinking we were doing, we sure we weren't in our right state of mind. Any of us.
Being young and then that was just you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we were on TV one time, Sacramento, most notorious gang. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, like what?
Oh,
the heck,
famous.
right? Look at us, yay! It was crazy. It's just, but hey, I'm glad a lot of us were able to shake that part of our lives and move on. And some are still stuck, never came out. Some aren't even here with us anymore.
Yeah, some are dead.
So it's just like I say, I'm grateful to be here. You know, I'm grateful that we all made it. We're still here. And hey, all we can do is push forward, man. That's it. Keep on pushing.
Keep pushing. Love it.
Keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
And cut.
Yeah.
Good.
Went from that city to the spot, now we living. Still running they mouth, they gon' die about the mention. They bitches and most of them not from the trenches. Come to my block, come and see how we living. We chillin' with Glocks and they all got extensions. Moved to the north cause I seen they was winning. Go ask about it, got a spot, had it